A newlywed couple shows up to work the night shift together at this Dunkin' Donuts, and sheer terror is about to be unleashed in the back room. Newlyweds Badrush Kumar Patel and his beautiful wife Palak look like the picture of happiness. He 24, she 21, hoping to live the American dream.
Both she and Badrush Kumar were from the area outside of Mumbai, India. They came here on a honeymoon visa. They were supposed to leave that same month, but did not.
Police say Patel's American dream may not have been shared by Palak. The young bride missed her parents and wanted to go home.
She left everything that she knew to come to this country, and he has family ties here. So really her whole world revolved around him and his world. Everything did in their marriage seemed to revolve around him and his wants and his needs.
So they were in an arranged marriage. He decides when they get over here that they're going to stay.
Somebody decides, I don't know if it was him or a joint decision, but they decided to stay. They moved in with his family in New Jersey.
A short time later, the newlyweds land jobs at this Dunkin' Donuts and move to Hanover, Maryland. Then, on a dark Sunday, Badrush Kumar Patel is working side by side with his wife when they suddenly disappear.
Customers were coming in and out of the store, and there were no employees behind the counter. They were trying to place orders. There were people driving through the drive-thru.
Thankfully, a police officer is right around the corner.
Maybe 100 yards from the door, sitting in his patrol car, writing a report. One of the patrons from the business came outside to get him when they could not find an employee of the business.
It's around 10 p.m. The officer walks to the back of the store and straight into a bloody crime scene.
Palak was murdered violently with upper body trauma.
21-year-old Palak Patel is dead, and her husband is nowhere to be found.
Could he tell right away that she had been murdered?
Yes, it was evident that it wasn't a medical issue. It was something terrible had happened and traumatic.
Police can't find Patel. Was he kidnapped during a robbery? Cops check the surveillance video and are stunned. Police say Palak's killer is unmasked, and it's her husband.
The security footage does show the incident as it happens. We have obviously, for practical reasons, not released everything.
These are the final moments of this hopeful young woman's life. She follows her husband, disappearing into the back room. The next 60 seconds is sheer horror. It's hidden from a camera, but police say Badrush Kumar is viciously stabbing his wife, repeatedly plunging a large knife into her body. Finally, right here, you can see Badrush Kumar emerge. Surprisingly, there is no blood, but he seems to stumble, catch his balance, then quickly walk out of frame and disappear.
She never returns. So basically you see him follow her to the murder scene, and then you see him leave, and that's the last time she's ever seen alive.
Police say Palak made a call home to her mother in India just minutes before her murder. Cops claim that may have enraged her husband and been the reason he grabbed her phone and headed to the back room.
When investigators spoke with her family members, her mom, her aunt, she was on the phone with a family member expressing her need and want to come home moments before the murder took place.
It's clear that they're engaged in some type of verbal argument before the physical assault occurs.
You see Mr. Patel come up, minor interactions with her, he takes the phone, hangs up the phone, and you see both of them go off camera.
According to police, the rage between the newlyweds had been building. And Sergeant Poole says this looks like a crime of passion.
The evidence at the scene and the way the incident occurred does not indicate that it was premeditated. However, the anger and I believe the rage was possibly building within their situation, their personal lives, which caused him to possibly snap.
Police say the time of the attack on the surveillance video reads 9:32 p.m. The patrol officer didn't find Palak until around 10 that night and did not identify the victim as Palak and the suspect as her husband until about 30 minutes later. That gave Patel more than an hour to get away.
Mr. Patel and Mrs. Patel did not live far from their place of business here at the Dunkin' Donuts. So he actually proceeded on foot back to where their residence was. We believe he went back there, grabbed some personal effects, and then he proceeded across the street to the mall over here where there were cabs waiting for fares.
According to police, a taxi driver says he drove Badrush Kumar nearly 200 miles to a hotel near the airport in Newark, New Jersey.
The interesting thing about his demeanor is the taxi driver said he was completely calm. So, right after the murder, he's already planning where he's going to go, what he's going to do, has cash money to make that happen, and then calmly is able to leave the state with his deceased wife laying in Dunkin' Donuts.
These are the very last pictures of Patel taken by a surveillance camera in Newark. They're clicked at a hotel counter after reportedly paying cash for a room. According to investigators, he checked out the following morning, hitched a ride on the hotel's courtesy van to Newark's Penn Station to catch a train, and then he vanished. As soon as the alleged fugitive crossed state lines, cops jumped at the chance to call in the FBI.
The cab driver let him off near Newark Airport. Once we were putting the pieces together, we found that he had family in New Jersey, so we immediately notified federal authorities to get help.
The FBI promptly put Patel on the no-fly list and launched a publicity campaign to catch the alleged killer at large. They even put up a billboard in Times Square. Authorities believe Badrush Kumar Patel is still in the United States. It's unlikely he was able to get back to India, facing so many travel restrictions.
I mean, you have gotten leads.
We have had some leads and we followed them up immediately.
Now cops are asking for your help to catch the man they say committed the merciless murder of his newlywed wife. A beautiful young woman who police believe was stabbed to death by her husband just as she wanted to go home to her family.
It sounds like that, yes. If I can't have you, no one can.